Well, good Tuesday evening, Chameleon Academy. It's very good to be here again. This is our open question and answer session, our what I call my office hours. And if you're watching this on replay, just know that you can watch this live Tuesday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific on Instagram or on YouTube on the Chameleon Academy live channel. Now, it looks like we got kind of strange lighting today. I've been moving things around in the room, so we'll just run with it. Hello, Nate, Mikey, Ben, Geraldine, Justin, James, Marsha Ann. Wonderful. Matthew's here. Hello, everybody. So today we have something different. This is actually lavender chamomile tea. Yeah, that's right. Not coffee, not water. So we're going to try this a little bit. I'm trying to take care of my voice because I'm going to be doing a lot of recording. James says I'm going to watch it live. Well then, obviously James is special. Hello, Janet and Javi and Steve and Mike, Eliza Ann. All right, Javi's got Doritos and Coke Zero ready to go. That is the official meal of the Chameleon Academy. A Coke product and Doritos. Although if you're in Madagascar, it would be World Cola. That's the way it goes. So, Mikey Ben's asking, T, are you doing okay? I am doing okay. It's just I'm having to do a lot of recording because I am working on something for the community, for you all, for a new podcast experience, which means I've got to record some stuff. And so, anyway, voice care right here. So, hello, Annette and Alex and everybody. We need that sponsor. We need that sponsorship. Oh, you're talking about like Coke or Doritos sponsoring us? Yeah, you're right. That would work. That would be good. Oh. All right, everybody. This is Tuesday night, which means it's open question and answer session. These are the rules. You can ask anything you want about chameleons, the chameleon community, or, I don't know, content creation. If you guys didn't know, I actually had a podcast that ran for 2.5 years, whatever. Reptile Entrepreneur Podcast. Talked all about starting a business in the early 2020s. A lot has changed since then. So, that is good for my voice. So you can go ahead and ask questions. Now, I will say that I have been doing some fecals for my bifidus and my shamrock female, and I am happy to report that I have nothing to show you. And I looked hard. But there was nothing in that sample that I could discern. No nematodes, no coccidia, no nothing. Hello, Surf Panther. Good to see you here. I haven't seen that name in a while. Oh. Now, I do have my book, Mountain Dragons. Not Mountain Dragons. I have my book, Tiny Dragons. Hey, Sarayan, did you know I wrote a book? Tiny Dragons, the art of hatchling chameleon care. And so, as you know, you regulars, you know the rules. If anybody throws out a page number, I will read from that page number. If there aren't any questions, then we can read from the page number. That's the way it works. Are you packed yet for Madagascar? I am thinking about it. I am seriously thinking about it. Happy to see the Reptile Entrepreneur coming back for 2026. We'll probably come back on a monthly basis. I think that's that. Let's see. I'm buying it on your website. Yeah, you can find it on my website, but you can also go to Amazon and just buy it off of Amazon. So just type in Tiny Dragons and you will get it. 192 pages of, everybody got to see the inside. I worked hard on this. Lots of pictures, lots of text going over the base, everything you need to know for a baby chameleon. And this is because there's so little information out there for baby chameleons. And I know very few people actually work with baby chameleons, but the people that do often do it as a surprise, like Jackson's Chameleon Babies. Anyway, the book covers all aspects of chameleon husbandry. And it's actually applicable to adults, but I do it the whole book is through the lens of hatchlings. So let's see. Nate has, wait. Mike's got a question here. So what's the longest you've seen panther egg sweat before it hatched? It could be, it's usually within a day, but it could be longer. I mean, all these eggs, they do whatever they want to. We just hang tight with it. But usually it's within a day. It could be 2 days. But you never give up until they're dead. They do their own thing. So, Bill, I'm having trouble finding fresh poop from my small chameleons. Any advice? Struggling with multi-female and bifidus female. All right. Well, do you have them, if you've got it to where you've got a soil floor for these cages, one thing that I will do is I will not feed them for a day, and then I will feed them heavily for a day, and then I will bring them into a cage that has a bare floor. I call it my pooping cage. And I just mist them, give them a misting until they poop. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But yes, that's a challenge, especially when they're a small chameleon. Janet says, I did fecals. Congratulations. Found something in my young panther. Nothing in anyone else. Actually, it was the first time testing. Oh, congratulations. What did you find? Let us know. What type of clothing do you usually pack for Madagascar? Normal jeans, t-shirt. You can wear shorts. There's one place that I will warn you about. They have little flies that will take little chunks out of you, but just at your calf level, not higher than that. I will warn you about that if you wear shorts at one particular location. But generally, just what you normally wear. The one thing you have to account for is it may get rainy, and make sure you have good hiking shoes. But other than that, I mean, this is how I will. I have a lot of Chameleon Academy t-shirts, but t-shirts and jeans is what I wear pretty much the entire trip, unless I'm wearing shorts, except for that one place. And I learned the hard way. Be careful about that place. I've been to that place 3 times, and I only went to the place with shorts once, and boy, did I learn my lesson. Amazing. Anyway, yeah, Madagascar is not that... It's not that intense. I know we think about going halfway across the world. For me, it's literally halfway across the world. As something to like you got to really, really prepare for. Nah, it's pretty laid back and pretty cool, and there isn't much stress at all. You just have to roll with the punches. Sometimes there's electricity, sometimes there's not. Sometimes there's internet, sometimes there's not. Yeah, but there's never flushing toilet paper. You never got. Well, actually, one place you can, but yeah, generally speaking. So that's the one hardship. But other than that, it's really not that intense. And when you go there, it's like, oh, okay, whatever. I mean, James got there and he lived for 3 days without his suitcase and did just fine. James says, I hope you get new shoes. Those like, yeah. Did I actually show up to Madagascar with those shoes? I had shoes that had a hole in it, and so I flex sealed them. And I thought I was being pretty clever, and James thought I was ridiculous. So, yeah, whatever. I haven't even bought everything I need from Madagascar. Geraldine, I haven't even started. There's some stuff I need. So I got to start. Now's a good time to start. Hello to Turtle Tom and hello, Robin. Oh. And Janet says, if you don't have that book, you need it. Yes, thank you. Yes. I'm really proud of the book. I really enjoy it. I've been trying to write a book for like 10 years now, but I always got to the point where I didn't feel like I would never finish it because I realized I didn't feel like reading my own stuff. So why would I publish it? And this is the first time that I actually enjoyed the book that I made. So I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it. Hello, Danny Can Aquatics. Very good to see you back. It is literally giving me anxiety. Oh, yeah, the first time it's pretty good. Okay, yes. Okay. Yeah. Nate says, this is in regards to getting fecals. I haven't done soils since I haven't got fecals done. Oh, okay. Okay. So you have a bare floor. Oh, okay. That's nice. That's right. Got a poop cage. You got a poop cage. What the heck? Hey, you know, one of my secrets. You get a pooping cage. Let's see. Ryan says, there's a bunch of times where I was going to mention it to you, but I just figured you'd probably get around to it sooner or later. Writing a book, that is. Oh, yeah. Well, I've been trying, and it's just like, oh, why am I doing this? Actually, I got really far on a book, and it was like 10,000 words. I mean, I was booking through it, and then I finally decided, what would be more useful is to turn this into a website, and that is actually what the Chameleon Academy turned into the ChameleonAcademy.com website. That was meant to be a book, and I said, no, you know what? I think it'd be better as a website. Turtle Tom says, Bill, I was browsing Morph Market and saw several very new to me Panther Morphs offered from One World Exotica. Thoughts on these lesser worked with locales? I don't remember their names. There's a lot of locales, Tom. My thoughts, if you enjoy them, work with them. The thing about working with a obscure locale is, it's really hard to have number one, people who are interested in getting a locale they never heard about, and number two, it's a dead end unless there's a lot of people working with it. The thing with Panther chameleons is the most popular ones are kind of the Ambilobe, Ambanja. I mean, those are the most spectacular. So these obscure ones, it's just like any of these rare species. Just treat it like a rare species of chameleon. If you enjoy working with it, more power to you. Looks like a protozoa. I will post it. Excellent. Yeah, let's see it. Let's see that protozoa. Let's have it. New goals, having a poop cage. Geraldine, how often can we do laundry in Madagascar? Almost every night. You will have the opportunity to do laundry in Madagascar. Every hotel has a laundry service, and so just make sure. There's a couple of hotels where we're only there for the night and we leave in the morning, so you don't want to do laundry at that point. But you can always ask the front desk, hey, how soon can I get this? But you will have ample opportunity to do laundry. And yeah, I do laundry through the trip. I'll do it 4 or 5 times. So yeah, it's pretty easy to do. And there you just go up the hotels speak English. They'll just give you a form that you fill out. You say, okay, blouse, socks, pants, all this kind of stuff, and it's very, very easy. And Geraldine, it is good to be worried about this new experience now. Very, very healthy. When you get back, you're going to say, "Oh my goodness, that was so easy." So, but it's it's a wonderful experience. I think I need a poop cage, so I say I have a poop cage. All the best breeders have poop cages. Oh, James says, I'm a serious keeper and I don't have a poop cage. Better get on it. It's useful when you have wild caught, and I mean, most of my wild caughts are in regular cages with bare bottoms anyway, so I don't need a poop cage for them. But there are some that the reason why I had a poop cage is because I wanted to be able to set it up for long-term misting. So I didn't want to totally anyway. Oh, no point of snake, but flies that'll eat your leg. Yes, Mike. That and leeches. Remember leeches. Oh, Geraldine, don't listen. Yeah, leeches. You'll be walking through the forest and a leech will be on your go. What the heck? They're sitting on the bushes and stuff. There's one place that there may be leeches. We'll warn you about them. They're small. It's not a big deal, but it's kind of, what the heck are you doing here? And you just and for Javi, you just get ready for rain. So have a rain thing, and that's a real pain when you're going on a hike and you gotta say you bring all of your rain gear and it's all bulky and stuff. But so just you gotta be ready for that. Oh, you don't guys have poop cages? Oh, wow. Oh, I thought you were serious. Boraha Cap asked Brickaville. Brickaville, I haven't heard of Brickaville. Good to see that on people's Christmas list. I want a poop cage. I'm sure you decorate our poop cages. Oh, we need. Oh boy. Oh, geez, what the heck? We should have a video chat talking about wild caught and keeping them. That would be a fun one to do at some point. The many hard lessons learned. Yeah. That is correct. Okay, I'm finally catching up to all the poop talk. Nate says, Bill, you should add the poop cage to the course material. Oh boy. When's the second book coming out? I am wondering about my plans. I've upended my plans because I'm working on something substantial and I'm trying to decide how substantial it needs to be before I release it to the public. But yeah, I've been working on some things. I've been messing up my schedules. Paige just told me to tell everybody hi. Hello, Paige. By the way, Dorito is outside and doing great. Loving it. James says, Geraldine, you could be like me and just bring a giant suitcase with enough clothes to last the whole trip. How was that dumb? Well, that's okay. It didn't matter because you didn't have your suitcase for the first 3 days. Poop cages and bare bottoms. What's going on? You have entered into the chameleon realm, Two Turtle Tom. This is what we talk about. Well, having a poop cage is obviously a status symbol of the chameleon community. Hey, Lisa from Northern Ireland. Welcome. We're talking about poop cages. Let's see. Paige is proud of her leopard gecko who has a poop spot in the cage. So, you know what? Leopard geckos, what the heck? See, Steve's saying, Bill, my male brevicorn just isn't interested in the ladies yet. I was advised to hold off until spring, early summer to start trying again. Oh, okay. Well, do you have another male that might kickstart him, as in seeing them and getting them all excited? And if that doesn't work, use a mirror and get him all fired up and then show him a female and see if that does anything. Charlie said, I'm not afraid of leeches. It's the spiders that scare me. Yeah, we've had some spider stories. Sometimes there are spiders in the rooms. You just got to kind of like watch out for them. Never had any bites or any problems, but we have had some people freaking out in the middle of the night. Spider wasn't attacking them. It was just living its life. So, hello, Christopher. Eliza Ann, they're just small. They're just little cute little things. I mean, I flick them because I don't want them near me, but they're cute little things. Come on, people. They're only leeches. I mean, what the heck? They make for good social media stuff. I've got a video of a leech. And guys, what the heck? What are those leeches doing in the middle of Ranamafana anyways? I mean, you look around and say, what are you eating? I haven't figured this out. What do they eat? It's not like there's a whole lot of tourists running by those trails. And lemurs, well, the lemurs don't go down where these leeches are. So I have no idea what these leeches expect to be catching when they're sitting at kind of like waist level. The heck? See, Ryan says, I had fertile Austerlitz eggs, had 4 hatch. Hey, congratulations. 1 lived, gave it to a friend from Triple O Reptile. Wash my hands with that species. Oh, they're wild in Florida now anyways. Oh, okay. We like Austerleti. Austerleti. Ron says, when people ask about perching for the cam going forward, I'm going to ask pigs for their poop cages. We now have a standard. Oh. I was the only one to find a leech, Eliza. They weren't so abundant. Yeah, James found everything. What the heck? You need a Fant book. A litter now. You know, I've been thinking about that. That would be fun to do. It would be fun to do. So, all right, it's just terrestrial leeches. These are the ones. Yeah, they're terrestrial. The leeches are terrestrial. They're in the bushes. Why are they in the bushes? Tutorial Tom. I suppose I could Google that or ChatGPT it or something. Anybody want to do the search and say, what do leeches and Ranamafana eat? What are they looking for? What are they hanging out, expecting to find at that level? There's no animals that do that. There's no blood animals at that level. What are they doing there? Anybody want to do that search for me right now? Let me know. What's a poop cage? Ryan, a poop cage, it was a cage that it's kind of like I put a chameleon in when I want to get a clean poop. And the thing is, when you want to get a fecal sample from a chameleon and you have a soil floor, if the poop hits the soil floor, you're going to get all sorts of nematodes and stuff from the soil into that poop. And so when you take a look, you just have all these nematodes. They're not parasitic. They're just from the soil. And so it really makes it distracting and kind of hard to figure out what's parasitic. You say, okay, the eggs would be parasitic. But so if you want to get a clean fecal, you got to move it to a cage that doesn't have a soil bottom. And so I had a pooping cage where it was set up so I could just give a cloud of mist for hours if need be until I got a poop. So apparently now the poop cage is the new status symbol for chameleon keepers. Yuck, I do not like leeches. You know what? I don't either. Lisa's asking, Bill, I have a question. I've noticed that this last couple of days, like a powdery residue over Rasta's nose. What could that be? He's eating well, pooping fine. Powdery residue. So that could be are we talking about a veiled chameleon? They tend to have like the salts come out, like marine iguanas. That seems to be a veiled chameleon thing. If it's just like crusty, salty around the nostrils, that's what it is. So that's from your description. That is the first thing that I would say. Of course, if it's all over, maybe you're starting to shed. Hey, Lisa's here. All right, let me try to catch up in the chat. Steve says only one male, talking about the brevicorn. He's trying to mate the females. So bring out a mirror. Bring out a mirror and see if that gets your male jump charged and acting like a male. It doesn't hurt anything. So, but be very careful how you move that mirror. You don't want to all of a sudden pop up this mirror and then all of a sudden he sees this big thing that might scare him and then he would not mate at all. So start it from far away and just kind of see what's going on. If he starts to flare up, then you can you can like move the mirror back so it looks like he's scaring away this interloper, and you can play it up. Get his confidence up. Let's see. Just trying to figure out if I fit everything in a carry-on, but I don't think I could manage that. That might be you. I mean, it depends on what you want. You could get away with that, I think. I know I won't be able to get away with that because I have photography equipment, a little bit of electronic equipment, and a whole lot of power bars and doggy treats. So yeah, I bring it all. Oh, hey. Yeah, Janet's got 2 brevicorn males. Do a video chat for the chameleons. I wonder if that would work. Yeah. Brevicorn video chat. We could do that. We could do that on the virtual campus. Now we got brevicorn chat going. James says, I was lucky to bring my carry-on with a few things in it that I really needed. So even though I didn't have my main suitcase, I was still not uncomfortable. James says, okay, I'll take that back. I was a little uncomfortable. I did wear the same clothes for 5 days, but you looked awesome, James. You wore it well. We were all saying, dang, that James. He's just a spitting image of Indiana Jones. I know the spiders probably won't bother me, but they'll still scare me. They're fascinating, though. Yeah, and just your luck, you're going to get the biggest spider of the trip. Yeah, I've not run into spiders in my rooms. I ran into a lemur, though. Apparently, a lemur decided it wanted to invade my room. That was interesting. No, you don't, Lisa. Sure, Bill will say where it's from. I can't recall it. What was the context of that question? So, thank you, Tutorial Tom. Going to figure out what leeches eat in Ranamofauna. But I did keep Bill amused. Oh, you kept me very amused throughout the entire trip. You became the adventure magnet. Yeah. Christopher says, yep, all kinds of stuff in there that covers up the sample. Talking about poop that falls into soil. Cool to look at, but lots of time figuring out. The first time I saw a poop that had fallen into the soil, I freaked out. Yeah. Mammals, it appears, are the primary food for terrestrial leeches. Are there lemur? There's mongooses, and there's like little lemurs, and they're up in the trees. So what are these guys doing at human height bushes? They got to be up way up higher if they're going to go after leeches, or way down lower if they're going to go after mongooses. Yeah. All right. I mean, lemurs are the only thing that are reliable there, so I guess we have to assume that it's lemurs. Bill found a lemur in his room, and I found a millipede in my pajama shorts. Yeah, watch out for those pajama shorts. So we have to be prepared for poop holes and bugs on the trip. Oh, yeah. Well, there's a certain outhouse on the top of one of those mountains that is pretty dodgy. So, yeah. All right. Sounds like people are planning for 2027. Birds and snakes. Oh, interesting. Mosquitoes would probably kill me. Yeah, you know what? I thought there would be a whole lot worse for mosquitoes. And it just didn't turn out that way. Now, I will say I have said that every time I've gone to Madagascar, and every time somebody has raised their hand and said, yeah, well, they swarmed over me. It was Mike Taitula the first time. It was Annabelle the second time. So it looks like they pick a favorite. Geraldine is saying that she's probably going to be the favorite this year. So we'll see. There's no telling what the mosquitoes choose. Yeah. James didn't get bit once. Yeah, but you were all, I mean, you had caffeines coursing through your veins at all time. But probably mosquitoes knew they'd die if they tried to get your blood. Yeah. James, how's that espresso machine working? James had his first espresso in Madagascar in January, and now he got his own machine, and so we're monitoring the situation. Justin says, I'm in Dallas Fort Worth, but it doesn't matter where I go, they will find me. Geraldine says, Mike said there were tons of mosquitoes. Mike, you talked to Mike Taitula? Yeah, he said there were. The rest of us were going, yeah, no mosquitoes. And he said, yeah, well, they're all on me. Oh, that was funny. James talking about his espresso machine. Have to learn how to use it properly. Sometimes I go a little too far. My daughter looks at me strange when I'm running around. Yeah, well, you said you make like 4 of them at a time, 4 double espressos at a time. That's intense, man. That's intense. That's okay. Hey, everybody, if you want to go to Madagascar, you will find some good coffee, Madagascar. I will tell you that. If you want to quit coffee, do it after you go to Madagascar. Because Madagascar, you're going to get some good stuff there. And it's a little bit stronger than you're used to. Well, I don't know what you're used to. It's a lot stronger than I'm used to. A little stronger than James is used to. So, James, you are a coffee, a lover of the bean, the coffee. So if you could, please put your impression of Madagascar coffee in the comments, and I'm going to put it up on the screen. Because we need that first-person experience. All right, everybody. I am going to flip to a random page, and we are going to read what is here. And by the way, if you have any question, just throw it up. All right. Now that's a Ooh, switching to bigger feeders. Everybody see that picture of that little Jackson's with a cricket about the size of his head? Yeah, that just goes to show you that a chameleon can eat a lot bigger than you think, and also a lot bigger than you probably should feed them. That guy, that cricket, somehow got into the feeder cup, and before I could get that cricket out of the baby cage, he had ran over and he snagged it. And I watched him scarf that thing down. So yeah, they can do that. Uh, but with babies, I always push mine. I always try to push it just a little bit larger because that helps them grow. You would think, okay, two small ones, one large one should be the same amount of calories, maybe, but for some reason, and this is completely anecdotal. So if someone says, "Where's a scientific paper that says," I don't know. All this is just my personal experience. If you keep feeding them larger food, they tend to grow larger, quicker. I don't know why. It's not it's not the amount of calories. It's just I don't know. So take it or leave it. Let's see. The coffee is amazing, but don't drink it like you do here. It's much stronger. Yeah, that'll sneak up on you. Think we can get any Johnson from the EU? Alex, this is possible. There's a lot of work and a lot of money involved, but it is possible. The person there are Johnsoni Ruwenzori being bred in Europe, and enough of them are being bred that we could get a shipment to the US. But there's a lot that goes into that. There is somebody who puts up the money because there's a lot of money that's involved in getting the paperwork and then shipping and having the broker and all that kind of stuff. And somebody has to receive them. And so have a room set up for them. So it's a long drawn out and expensive process, but it can be done. I've done it. I've helped a friend do it. And so, yeah, all I need is I don't have the facility. I don't want to bring them in. But if anybody has the money and the facility, I would be able to help you do something like that. Expect any babies to be $1,000 a pair, maybe something like that. So if any consortium wants to get together, I can facilitate this, but I am not collecting money. This is where I learned about not each baby will move over to larger feeders as fast as the others. Nope, that is correct. They all do it at their own pace. Can't drink coffee anymore because it makes me sick. Sorry to hear that. How about soda? Madagascar soda and water is everywhere because it's bottled. In the higher, the better hotels, juices are fine too. But we got to be really careful with fruit there. If the hotel is a little bit not the good places, the places that cater to tourists, which we go there. We generally stay at places like that when we reach our destination. But when we're going from destination to destination, sometimes we stop off, and you got to be careful. They need to be able to understand and appreciate hygiene. What is a lot of money? Can you get a range approximate or a lot of money mean different things? And I never guess right. So we would assume that a minimum shipment, say a minimum shipment is 10 pairs. And it may be less than that. So like $10,000 for all the chameleons, and then another couple $1,000 for shipping and broker fees. So $12,000. And of course, a lot of that is Chameleon fees. Generally speaking, you're going to be paying 50% up front to get it going. And then you got to pay the brokers no matter what. And then 50% after you get it. Now, sometimes the people can say, I want full payment up front before I send them. And well, then that's kind of like the new thing. And so you decide if you want to risk that much money. So that's the situation. Is 1,000 pair total of the whole process, or just likely for that would be for the breeder. I would assume $1,200 for everybody. If everybody said, okay, I want to do this, $1,200 a pair, and that would cover the all the other expenses. So that's those are approximately, yeah, that's the magnitude. Thankfully, I'm a carnivore. Yep, you're going to have lots of zebu. Zebu's good. What species are you guys talking about? I missed it. Johnstoni. Thankfully, David is sleeping for this segment. Yeah, we had somebody who did not stay away from the fruit and didn't even bother waiting to go to the proper hotels and bought fruit from the side of the road. This is not advisable. She spent 48 hours in bed, vacating from all orifices. Do not do this. Yeah. Water, you get water every day. Every day you are given a 2-liter bottle of water. Is it 2 liter or 1 liter? Anyway, there's water all over. We make sure you have water all the time, bottled water, safe water. So there is no place. You will always have water. And, we stop by gas stations and this stuff, and you can see all the interesting little treats, and they're packaged and they're safe. Kind of Johnston, are you looking for? Well, right now, only Ruwenzori are available in Europe. That actually isn't expensive. Yeah, it's not when we're talking about like captive hatched, it really isn't. But the thing is, it's a lot of coordination. And a lot of money is at risk. You're putting up a lot of money and you're not getting the animal until months later, and anything could happen. And if something happens, then you got to negotiate with the breeder. And but you're right. It's actually kind of reasonable for what you're doing. Chameleon Mom says, I'm late. Hello. Wonderful to see you. Found Arizona tea. Yes, Jane, well, there is Arizona tea there. You will see some things that you recognize. I found some Oreos, but inside they were just like cookie crackers. Whatever. Yeah, not sure who I talked to complain about that. See, I set goals for certain species I want to keep someday, and Jackson's has been on that list for a while. Why not entertain Johnsoni? Johnsoni is a very good species to entertain. It's a very good species to keep. Huge eggs, huge babies, very easy to breed. 12 eggs, so it's not overwhelming. It's an excellent species. Didn't have any Nestle Quick. Oh yeah, poor James. No Nestle Quick. So too old for this technology. Oh, you're fine. No risk, no reward type of deal. Yeah. Yeah. If you're willing to risk like that, there's a lot of very interesting stuff that you can get a hold of. We have these arbitrary borders, like Fiji banded iguanas. You can keep them in Canada, but not in the US. All right, shall we? We're going to go to this page, and we're going to talk about soil floors. How the bottom of the cage looks is a decision you can make at any time. You have the choice between having a bare plastic floor or a soil floor. There are pros and cons to both. Bare floor. With a bare floor, you are able to easily see the poop, whose frequency and consistency will give you an insight into your baby's health. It is simple and easy to maintain, and this is correct. Soil floor will give you more humidity in the cage. Plants can be placed directly in the soil floor. You can create a humidity gradient where it is drier up near the light and more humid near the shaded, moist soil. This is absolutely correct. And I really love, when you have like clutches upon clutches, a lot of people get really good at doing minimalistic care. But nowadays we're focusing on enrichment. And so having a soil floor is actually, all of these are soil floors. See, no rush adding more, but financially be able to entertain EU import shipping in spring, summer 2027. All right. Well, here's the thing. If you guys are serious and can put together like a serious consortium, I could facilitate this happening. Like I said, I don't want to lead it and I don't want to touch money. So, but I can facilitate stuff. I'm a facilitator. It's important, Millerite. I don't think that's going to be easy because you need someone who's bred them and actually has papers, and someone who knows how to do it. I know there was some breeding done in Europe, but I don't know the status as to whether those would be available. We could check. If we get a consortium that's actually serious about this, we can check what species could be included. There's a number of species that might be included. The reason why we can't keep Fiji banded iguanas is because they never made it in the trade here. Had they made it, we'd be able to keep them. So the prohibition isn't in owning one. They can't come in. Interesting distinction. So it is only the borders that are a problem. Stephanie says, in my dreams, but I will gladly participate in the consortium. Right. Well, you know what? I imagine we will talk about it throughout for months, and people will talk about it until until there's enough people saying, hey, this is a great idea, to where it's obvious that there's enough momentum that we can have it. Now, this would open up the possibility of Quadricornis, Johnsoni, some Brady podium. So, and if anybody wants some real big bucks, maybe even a Balteatus. Real big bucks. Oh, Millerite guy doesn't get CITES. All right. Yep, that kills it. All right, everybody, we have 12 minutes left. Let's I need to tell you about next Saturday. Next Saturday, we are going to have a a 3-meeting bonanza on Saturday, 12 noon. We have the normal Saturday Chameleon workshop live on Chameleon Academy Live at 3 p.m. Our very own Tyler France from the Chameleon Collective will be hosting a panel consisting of me and Jonathan Hill from iPardalis. And we are going to be talking about parasites. Yay, we all love parasites. This is going to be on the Happy Dragons YouTube channel. We're going to have a live on the Happy Dragons YouTube channel. Happy Dragons is a like a membership type community, and they offer some seminars, and so this is going to be on their website. If you look at the newsletter that I sent out yesterday, there will be a link, or else you can just type Happy Dragons into the search bar, the YouTube search bar, and you will find their website. Be there Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific. So, Tyler's one of us, and we support family, and so let's all show up and support him. This is his first seminar. He's going to be working with Happy Dragons. This is his first seminar, so let's make sure it's a good one. I'm going to be there up on camera, and so I'm going to make sure it's good from that side. You guys, we need you all in the audience representing the Chameleon Academy, Chameleon community, and let's give a good showing. Then at 4:30 p.m. Pacific, for those of you who are part of the virtual campus, we're going to have a Friendsgiving call, and we're just going to hang out and say hello and just be thankful that we have such a great community. Can't wait to see for the 3-meeting bonanza. We get to see Mr. France talk poop. We Chameleon people apparently cannot get enough of talking about poop. Yes. Okay. Turtles, Tom, trying to figure out how we can get Fiji banded iguanas. Okay. Pull up a Balteatus. Yeah, that's the that is an incredibly rare. I don't even know how much he would sell those for. They look like gray, larger gray bifidus. It's a furcifer. I have no idea what the pricing is. We'd have to get serious and then verify that they are available and then get pricing. But we'd have to get serious before we started talking pricing. Yeah. We'd love to meet a new community and show off how awesome us Chameleon peoples are. Yes, that's right. We got Tyler's back. Yes, we do. We do. Wonder if Sean, he did. I left a set. Okay, everybody. So at the end of my newsletter, I always have the sign off, have a great weekend. And Sean has, every time I send that out, he says, Bill, but you sent this out on Tuesday, so it's the weekend's over. And so finally this time I changed it. And I mentioned him by name. And yes, Sean noticed. I always leave these little, Sean always gives me a hard time about not getting the newsletter on Monday when I say I'm supposed to do it. And so sometimes I leave little Easter eggs in the newsletter to see if he actually reads it. And he does. He does. He's caught every single one. Okay. Okay. So, and then the Saturday after, we're 2 weeks away. A week from Saturday, December 6th, is the 6-hour live marathon. And I am going to be putting together the guest list and finalizing that and having sending it out. We're going to spend the entire not the entire Saturday, from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific. We're going to send it on a 6-hour live marathon, and we're going to say goodbye to season 10 of the Chameleon Academy podcast and just hang out and enjoy being part of this community. So we got a lot going on the next 2 Saturdays. All right. Oh, let's see if I can. You getting more chameleon hats? And don't know if I'm getting more chameleon hats. Let's see. I can pull up. I think I can pull up a Baltiatus. That shouldn't be a problem. The system. It is not. Oh, well, here. There we go. There's a Baltiatus. It's a very, very nice chameleon. Incredibly, it's never been imported, so that's why they don't exist in captivity. Europe has different laws, and so sometimes smuggled shipments can be distributed to known chameleon keepers, or zoos can work with the community, not unlike the U.S. So, Baltiers are gorgeous. Yes, they are. We saw girls sitting down in the Anna. What he may be saying is we saw them in Ranamafana. I think that's what he's trying to say. But yes, we did see Baltiatus in Madagascar. Yes, we did. And it's a lot of fun seeing those in Madagascar. Yeah. Geraldine, Tony, we're going to have a great time. And there's advantages to having a large group, and there's advantages to having a small group. We are going to be nimble, and so we are going to have fun. All right, everybody, we have 3 minutes left to the show. Ask any last questions now. And then remember, Saturday, I'm going to post something to the virtual campus. Check your newsletter. There's the schedule there, and I'm going to be posting to the virtual campus, so the schedule is going to be there as well. Join us next Saturday for 3 different shows, and the Saturday after for one big long marathon show. Where's the fog, Bill? The fog is no longer here, is not here for today. So, all right, and I am almost done with the lavender chamomile tea. That was good and soothing for the throat. So, I'm going to get back to making some content. I'm trying to decide when I'm going to be able to launch this thing. It's an upgrade to the app. Now, if you're wondering, everybody, I released an app for the iPhone, Android people. It's coming as soon as I can figure that out. I love you too, but right now it's only for the iPhone, and right now it's a podcast player. So you go to the App Store and you download this Chameleon Academy app, and it'll be a podcast player. But I'm going to be having an update on it and a new podcast experience that I'm working on very hard, and I'm realizing I better work harder on it. So there's a lot going on my side, even though I'm kind of quiet on the podcast and video side of things. So probably you won't see much from me. You won't see anything more from me content-wise in 2025. until I launch this app. And I was thinking about launching it on December 6th. I don't know that that's going to happen. It may be a little bit later, but it'll definitely be before we go to Madagascar, because I want to be able to put the Madagascar content on this. And so right now, go ahead and get the app now, and you can play the podcast on it. And when it gets updated in January, hopefully January, then it's just gonna be updated for you automatically. Okay. The app was amazing during my flight to my races. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Javi. Oh, perfect. And everybody, this app, this is something that I made. So definitely give me feedback. The last app I had was something that my podcast host made. And so this one, I literally designed it. So please let me know how well it works, and give me feedback, and get ready for the next one is going to be a substantial upgrade. And so get it now, learn about it now, and when the next upgrade comes, we'll have a lot to talk about. Let's just say that. All right, everybody. It is the turning of the hour. I want to say thank you very much for making this Tuesday a wonderful place to be. And next Saturday, we've got a lot going on. 12 p.m. Pacific. Be here for the normal Chameleon Saturday Chameleon workshop. And if you forget about everything else, just keep your Saturday open for Chameleon stuff. I will let you know. I will remind you of the times on Saturday. So great to see you all, and I'll see you on set. Actually, there is a show tomorrow. Reptile Show Reporter with Sean McNeely at 5 p.m. Pacific on his Reptile Show Reporter YouTube channel. We're having the show. It may be a shorter show, don't know, but we're having a show. So if you want to see more of these hijinks, and I am not very well behaved on that show. I've got to be good on this show because I'm the host. Over there, it's Sean's show. He's the host. I got no responsibility. I'm just hanging out. So if you want a little, some meaningless hijinks, and literally there's nothing that goes on. So you're not missing anything, but everybody loves it. So maybe you're missing, be with everybody. We love it. So I'd be there. It's a lot of fun. So let's see. Reptile Show Reporter. There goes. Yeah. All right, everybody. Have a good night. I will see you next time. I might be really bugging you tomorrow, Bill. That's ominous. Okay. I'll take it.